This is News 25 with Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Today is Monday, August 23rd, and we hope you had a great weekend. Well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office continues its investigation into a fatal crash late Friday night here in Pahrump. The driver and only occupant of that vehicle was unfortunately killed when their vehicle left the roadway and overturned near Mesquite Avenue and David Street. News 25 spoke with Fire Chief Scott Lewis at that scene.
Around 11 o'clock this evening, Pahrump Fire Rescue is dispatched for a report of a single vehicle rollover. The vehicle is thought to be upside down, and also that a person was mechanically entrapped in the vehicle. As crews arrived on location, they confirmed the address in the area of David and Mesquite. They confirmed, in fact, that there was one person mechanically entrapped. It was into a group of trees and through a perimeter fence. Their quick assessment revealed that the patient did not survive the injuries as a result of the impact. Currently, we're waiting to do a recovery, and we're waiting for the fatal team from the Nye County Sheriff's Office to complete their investigation.
Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating a two-vehicle rollover crash Saturday here in Pahrump that caused significant damage to both vehicles.
All occupants declined to be medically transported as a result of a two-vehicle crash with a rollover on Highway 160 near Country Place. One person was mechanically entrapped inside the vehicle and was removed by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue firefighters and medics. The animals that were reportedly inside one of the vehicles did not show any signs of injuries. The investigation is being conducted by the Nevada Highway Patrol. Both vehicles sustained major damage. Traffic was blocked at the intersection of Highway 160 and Country Place as troopers investigated the accident and crews cleaned up the debris.
In another accident on our roadways, one person is flown to a Las Vegas trauma center as the result of a crash this morning on US 95 here in Nye County.
Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of a single vehicle rollover which occurred this morning on Highway 95 at mile marker 27. According to Fire Chief Scott Lewis, one person was mechanically entrapped inside the vehicle. Mercy Air landed on scene and transported that individual to a trauma center in Las Vegas. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and auxiliary units who diverted traffic around the accident scene while the investigation was conducted and the vehicle and debris cleaned up from the roadway.
And the Nye County Sheriff's Office spent the weekend investigating a threat made against Rosemary Clark Middle School here in Pahrump.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office was contacted about threats made about an alleged incident that was going to happen Monday at Rosemary Clark Middle School. The Sheriff's Office says the alleged threat changed several times and was shared on several different social media platforms. Detectives conducted an extensive investigation and the alleged suspects were located and interviewed. Authorities ultimately determined that there was no credibility to the threat but did not disclose any additional details. Still, the Sheriff's Office stationed deputies at Rosemary Clark Middle School today as a precaution. Once word of the threat got out, a number of parents posted comments on social media indicating their concerns, and even a few said they were keeping their children home today.
Don't grab that remote. More local news when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, a California man is under arrest facing several drug-related charges as the result of a welfare check near Ely.
On the morning of August 11th, a Nevada Highway Patrol trooper was on routine patrol on US 93 in White Pine County. The trooper entered the Shelbourne Rest Area parking lot where he observed a car with the hood up. NHP says when the trooper checked on the adult male driver, he identified possible criminal activity and observed drug paraphernalia inside the car. During a probable cause search of the vehicle, the trooper found approximately 500 pills suspected to be fentanyl. The driver, identified as 56-year-old Luis Gonzalo Acana, Acosta of Blythe, California, was arrested and booked into the White Pine County Jail on the following charges: possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance for sales, transporting a substance that cannot be introduced into interstate commerce, and transporting a controlled substance.
The life of a hiker. On Wednesday, August 18th, Lawrence Stanbeck, who was 60 years old from California, died while hiking near Red Cathedral along the Golden Canyon Trail in Death Valley National Park. National Park staff received report of a suspected heat stroke and CPR in progress just before 2 p.m. An interagency search and rescue was initiated, with park rangers responding on foot, locating Mr. Stanbeck and confirming that he was deceased. California Highway Patrol Inland Division and Air Operations helicopters responded to assist with the recovery, but winds were too strong to safely land. In the cooler evening hours, National Park staff was able to safely complete that recovery. The Inyo County Sheriff's Office and Inyo County Coroner are investigating the cause of death specifically. Park rangers are also urging summer travelers to visit Death Valley safely by hiking only before 10 a.m. or at high elevations, drinking plenty of water, eating snacks, and staying close to an air-conditioned building or vehicle that you can cool down inside. And following a unanimous vote from the Nevada State Board of Health, Governor Steve Sisolak signed emergency regulations that require state universities, colleges, and community colleges to implement a COVID-19 vaccine requirement for enrollment after this November 1st. Earlier this month, Governor Sisolak announced that he requested his medical advisory team to review vaccination for NSHE students, and following their review, the medical advisory team recommended that Nevada should require all post-secondary students within NSHE institutions to become fully vaccinated for COVID-19 and show proof of vaccination prior to registration and enrollment for the upcoming spring semester. The emergency regulations regarding COVID-19 vaccines for higher education students in Nevada will be effective for 120 days and will have to go through a more rigorous public process to be made permanent if health and education officials deem that necessary. The emergency regulations maintain the pre-COVID vaccine requirements for students enrolling in Nevada system of higher education institutions, but does not change the existing exemptions for religious beliefs or medical conditions. Students who are enrolled in distance education programs and do not attend classes in person on campus are also exempt from that requirement. Existing regulations require that a person shall not attend an institution until they submit proof of immunity to tetanus, diphtheria, measles, mumps, and rubella. And there are 3 confirmed deaths related to COVID-19 reported here in Nye County since Monday, August 16th, all residents of Pahrump. There are 110 new positive COVID-19 cases in Nye County since Monday, August 15th, reported and confirmed 2 in Tonopah, 1 in Amargosa Valley, 1 in Beatty, 1 in Smoky Valley, and the remainder here in Pahrump. The total is more than 3,500 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positives countywide since the first reported case back in March 2020. Nye County remains the highest test positivity rate in Nevada at more than 31%. The Pahrump COVID-19 vaccine clinic will be this Wednesday, August 25th, from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Health Nurse Office at 1981 East Calvala Boulevard, and they will provide all 3 vaccines. The Tonopah Community Health Nurse will also have walk-in COVID-19 vaccine clinics on tomorrow, August 24th, from noon until 4:30 p.m. And that office is at 1 Frankie Street. And you can call 775-482-6659 for more information. No appointment is necessary, and 3rd doses of Pfizer and Moderna for those who are moderately severely immunocompromised are also available. And stay tuned. We'll be right back with more local news.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. All right, fellow music lovers, the band 3 Doors Down is on the road this summer celebrating the 20th anniversary of their debut album entitled The Better Life, and they'll be performing in Las Vegas this Labor Day weekend.
Three Doors Down is hitting major markets across the U.S. for the Better Life 20th Anniversary Tour. The song Kryptonite, which launched their career, has become a juggernaut hit across the globe that generations now sing. 2020 marked the 20th anniversary of their debut, and for the first time ever, the band will play The Better Life in its entirety, front to back, along with the rest of their hits. Earlier this year, Three Doors Down released a remastered 20th anniversary edition of the Better Life album, along with the 9-song Escatopua sessions as a box set on high-quality 3LP vinyl. The band will perform at the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno on Friday, September 3rd. Then they'll play at the Fremont Street Experience in downtown Las Vegas on Sunday, September 5th. Both shows include special guest Seether, who currently have the #1 record at rock radio. Tickets for Three Doors Down are available through Ticketmaster.com.
And Remote Area Medical is reminding you of free services that it's providing. No questions asked, and no information regarding insurance, employment, or income will have to be provided. And they'll be providing services such as dental extractions and fillings, comprehensive vision exams, glasses made on site in most cases, and general medical exams, including women's health, pap smears, mammograms, chronic disease diagnoses, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, etc. Mental health services and screenings will also be available, along with psychiatric assessments, depression and anxiety screenings, and other referrals. COVID-19 vaccines will also be available on site for anyone wishing to get vaccinated. Again, that event is coming up Saturday and Sunday, October 2nd and 3rd. Gates will open just after midnight, and tickets will be distributed by those service providers. And that clinic will again open at 6 a.m. and it will be at the Pathways building here in Pahrump at Pahrump Valley High School on the corner of Calvada Boulevard and South Mount Charleston Drive. And please call Nye Communities Coalition at 775-727-9970 with any questions, or you can visit ramusa.org if you'd like to volunteer for this event. And the FDA has officially granted full approval for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. The 2-dose shot previously only had emergency use authorization. So what does that mean moving forward?
This is something that they're comfortable saying that should be available, not just in an emergency situation, but as something that should be available for all individuals to protect them from COVID infections. So this is the main reason that this announcement is pretty significant.
According to the FDA, the full approval is specifically for individuals who are 16 years and older. The emergency use authorization still applies for anyone between the ages of 12 and 15, and those needing a third dose if they are immunocompromised. However, full approval for those groups is expected at some point in the future. Dr. Abhijit Duggal, who specializes in pulmonary medicine for Cleveland Clinic, hopes this news will encourage more people to get vaccinated. He says the vaccine, no matter which one you receive, is going to be your best line of defense, especially as the highly contagious Delta variant spreads across the country.
And I will tell you this, as the Delta variant has come about, we are seeing a very different dynamic in terms of the patients that we are seeing. It is a vast majority of patients who are not vaccinated. And these are people who are coming in and are much sicker than what we had seen before. And we have to be careful that we break the cycle by making sure that we are vaccinated and we don't allow further propagation of this virus.
The FDA says they will continue to monitor Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine to ensure its safety and efficacy. Meanwhile, Moderna and Johnson & Johnson are still awaiting full approval.
One unique educational program hopes to serve as a model for others across the country. When students from Grace School Systems head back to school this fall, they'll do so with a few new skills under their belt. Students from 9 different schools in that system had access not only to academics, but some unique extracurricular opportunities this summer. Kim Martinez explains.
I mean, childhood is only so long, and if we miss these windows, then we've missed it.
Jessica Johnson, a teacher for Grace Schools in Green Bay, Wisconsin, has her own recipe to make sure those windows aren't missed. This summer, it's her baking class.
We basically bake all sorts of stuff, cakes, cupcakes, breads, pastries.
Depending on their age and experience, these students are learning how to bake on their own and having a great time doing it.
If it asks for a teaspoon of salt and you accidentally put in a tablespoon of salt, it is not going to taste good.
The Grace school system, with precautions in place, managed to keep its schools in the Green Bay area open last year, garnering them national attention and praise.
We were the only ones, I think, who were open last year.
However, Ms. Johnson worries about what students who don't attend Grace schools missed last year by not being in class.
Sitting at home and not socializing or not learning or doing things isn't good for their emotional development. It's not good for their cognitive development.
And that's why this baking class in full swing this summer is a very unique program that not only gives socialization and hands-on fun, but also shares the business side of what they're learning in class.
Our middle school classes are full day camps, and a lot of them include field trips to different places in the area.
Getting a behind-the-scenes look at the workings of a restaurant or bakery is inspiring to these students, in addition to teaching them a life skill and offering a badly needed social outlet that the kids enjoy.
It's just fun to be with people and with friends.
Kim Martinez reporting.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And we're taking a look through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam at images from the Caldor fire that has currently burned more than 106,000 acres near the Lake Tahoe area. We're continuing to monitor that and the forecast with all of that smoke in our area from those fires when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and it's just lovely to see you on a Monday. It's not a Taco Tuesday. Let's call it a Manicotti Monday, and that sounds pretty good. And actually pretty good weather all up and down the state. It's kind of cooling off. Got more of a fall vibe to it as we look at Fernley, Fallon in the low 90s. Carson City down to Goldfield, you're in the upper 80s. Beatty breaking out at 95. Amargosa, you're staring at 101 degrees. Sweating just a little bit, but actually not too bad for Amargosa. Las Vegas up to 103 degrees. Death Valley, you're looking at 111, an entirely binary temperature. Congratulations on that. And here in the beautiful dusky desert jewel it is Pahrump, let's look at 97 degrees is our current temperature. And 99 was the high today. Winds whipping out a little bit, 15 miles per hour. It made it kind of a, that's an average wind speed, so we were getting some gusts. Sun rose this morning at 6:08 a.m. It is setting this evening at 7:23 p.m. We'll look forward to the sunset, and it's going to be gorgeous. Clear skies tonight, lots of stars as we head on into the week. What's it looking like? Well, a whole lot of clear skies, actually. A little bit windy the next couple of days, 15, 16 miles per hour Tuesday, Wednesday. The rest of the week, calming down. It'll be, averaging about 10 mile an hour winds as the temperatures return from the upper 90s and go to like 103. Not too bad. We're going to have about a 5-degree variance here and there throughout the week. But clear skies, not too windy. Doesn't sound too bad. It is the paradise Pahrump. How about that? Back to the desk.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on.
Final bit of local news, Nye County Public Works will host another series of public workshops and community outreach regarding possible funding options for county roads, including a potential county diesel tax. There is no diesel tax currently imposed by Nye County for the county's roads. All diesel tax paid now at the pump goes to the state of Nevada and the U.S. federal government. Public Works will discuss some options for better funding our local roads and maintenance programs here in Nye County. So stay tuned. Those upcoming workshops will be throughout our area. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and 8th Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again next newscast. Good night.